Yeah, oh yeah.
Knock them up. The more the merrier. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I wish it were under better circumstances. And I'm sorry that you guys are having to come here and deal with this, but better now than 6 feet under in a pine box, right? We've had a lot of issues with him. And I think that, I don't know, I mean, I guess you realize and the spiel that I give to everybody is that you watch the news, which I hope you do. Every day, someone dies in Harris County from a DWI. Every single day. We in Harris County lead the nation. We
Hold all conversations.
lead the nation in DWI fatalities because it happens so much. Is it because we have 4 million people here? I don't know. Is it because Harris County is 3 hours from one side to the other? I don't know. But that's what it is. And it's disgusting. And what scares me with him is he has 3 open DWIs in 3 different counties. That is extremely scary. And we're lucky that no one has been injured. A life has not been taken because it could have gone so much worse. The reason that it's taking as long as it is because he does not have, I'm presuming he doesn't have a lawyer in Nueces, right?
At this time, that's correct, Your Honor.
If you guys are able to get a lawyer for him down there, hopefully that can speed up the process to get everything working. Because here in Harris County, we have so many cases, we have so many people in custody that we move it like crazy. We're very, very fast. We're a fast-moving criminal justice system here. Fort Bend is building their way up to being as big as we are. So they're a little bit slower, but in the other counties, in like Brazos and Nueces, Corsicana, and they do things a lot slower. So if you pick up a case, you may not go to court for 6 to 8 months, and then you start dealing with it. It looks like that's what's happening over there.
Did let the family know that even though they don't have a court date yet in Nueces, getting a lawyer down there, they can talk to the DA and they can start working on the case and talking to myself and the Fort Bend lawyer, trying to get a global deal done prior to any court date even being scheduled. Because I mean, the case is open and pending. I mean, it's there. So that's where we are for now. But I think the bond in Harris County is the only thing keeping him from going home to his family. And so we're trying to figure out a way to see if the court would allow him to post maybe a lower amount for bond.
It scares me to let him out. It scares me to let him out. He's repeatedly shown us that he refuses to comply with bond conditions. If I let him out, what's going to happen? Is he going to pick up a 4th? Well, I know you're going to say no, but history tells us otherwise.
Sam, but I see where you're going with that. But my son is a 21-year-old kid. He's still a kid to me. And he messed up 3 times. Yes, he did. But he's ready to come out and do right with society and do the way he's supposed to. He's going to come out. He's going to live with me. He was out there living in Corpus because he turned into a welder. And I never agreed with that with him. I told him, I said, I don't like that for you. I'm a roofing contractor. He's going to be living under my home. And he's going to be staying with me. And I will be giving him a ride to wherever I need to take him to get his stuff straight. That's what I have, and that's what I want from him, and I know that's what he wants too. He's not a bad kid like that. He's not like what we're writing him off to be. And I see your position, and because you're telling me about all these fatalities and stuff, but that's not my son. Twice he was caught. He was parked. 150 times I tell you at AA that you're gonna kill somebody. Of those 150 chances, he's got 2. He decided to stop and pull over and he didn't crash with anybody. Yes, he got caught 3 times, but he's ready to not ever drink again.
How many times has he not been caught?
He's young. He hadn't been drinking. He hadn't been drinking until 21 because he left and he was living on his own. He was living on my house. He didn't want to be here at my house anymore because he went out there to work. But him being a young kid, he lost his girlfriend. that we had a cousin of his committed suicide. So he had a lot of stuff going on in his head. But now this is real to him. And he's learned his lesson. He's ready to be out here, and he needs to come out here and start working. He's gonna work for me. And he's gonna make money to pay for all this mess that he got himself into. Right now, we're paying the price. He's in there.
You know, why are you paying the price?
Well, we're paying the price for him because he's my son. And I'll give whatever I have to get him out of there.
Sorry, I really am.
He is not like I don't want to, he's not like all these other people, man. I'm sorry. My kid's not like that. He's not a drug addict. He doesn't abuse anything else. He messed up with the alcohol, being too young and not knowing what to do.
How do you know? How do you know?
I just know it. Know my son.
Okay.
He was living with me for a long time. That's how I know him.
And I understand and I respect it. Looking through the eyes of a father, I get this a lot. But when you have 3 DWIs in 3 different counties, judges have told you repeatedly what you can and what you can't do. And you repeatedly flaunt that and just don't. And you have shown us repeatedly you're going to do whatever you want to do, regardless of what a judge tells you. And I know that that's not what you want to hear, and I'm sorry, because I don't like to keep people in jail. But my only concern is public safety, you know? And I know that you don't like to hear it, and it pains me to do it as a father myself as well. But I don't know how else to get him to realize that when you don't abide by court orders, this is what happens. And
Judge, you read people, you see people, you've seen my son. See him, and I'm telling you, he's not going to do this again. We want him out here so he can start working. He can work for me, and he start paying for his stuff. He does nothing. He does no good to anyone in there. I mean, he does no good to anyone in there.
But it does, though. Protects the public. What I'd like to do is, we've had him TRAS, right? Okay. So what we do is I have clinicians on staff who evaluate him and tell us what the proper course of action is. We've had our clinicians evaluate him, and
substance abuse treatment facility followed by sober court.
what that is that it's a treatment facility that's kind of like a long-term rehab type facility where it teaches him how to deal with the issues, cope, and not use alcohol as a way to cope, as a coping mechanism. After he does that rehab, we have him going into sober court, which is a long-term, an 18-month program that supervises him by one of the actual judges here that keeps him under their wing and meets with them on 2 times a month, where he would come to court, meet with them to ensure that he's on the straight and narrow. While he's with me now, I can pay for it. If he's on the outside, I can't pay for anything.
That program with other.
Right. And unfortunately, we want to do that, but I can't do anything until those other 2 cases are resolved. The idea what Will had was you've got a lawyer in Fort Bend. You have to get a lawyer in Nueces. Once you do that, we can work together all as one unit to resolve all the cases at once. And then we get them into this program. And hopefully the other counties will see it, that this is what we want to do. We've got a long-term solution to help him keep sobriety. And it's okay.
Is this program, does that mean that he has to be incarcerated during the entire?
It's an inpatient treatment facility, correct?
He would go from custody and jail here straight to the treatment facility. So he wouldn't be incarcerated, but he would not be released in between. He would go straight to the.
It's not too terribly long. It's around a 6-month program, 6 to 8, 6 if you respond well. And after that, we let them out, and it's an aftercare program where he meets with us. He literally meets with.
This is one of those rare courtroom moments where punishment takes a backseat to prevention. Instead of just locking someone up, the court is offering structure, accountability, and rehabilitation. But here's the real question. Would you take jail time now if it meant avoiding a 50-year sentence later? Or would you gamble on freedom and risk everything?
With the judge 2 times a month to ensure that he's on the, he's doing well. And if he does well, he gets rewarded throughout the program. They help him get his license back, help him job searches. So it's a really rewarding program. And the idea is to get him to recognize this at a young, early age now, before it spirals out of control at a later date, or either that or before you do some catastrophic damage where you're now ending up with a 40 or 50-year sentence. That's the goal.
The treatment facility is called SATF, SATF. It's an acronym. It's up in
Yeah, it's Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, SATF.
up in
But
Alaska.
we can't until Nueces is on board as well.
I'll talk with the family more, Judge.
You want to use all this money to get him out of jail. He needs a lawyer over there. The money, instead of getting him out, probably be better spent with a lawyer in Nueces so that we can work all together to find a great resolution. Not just getting him out and hope he does well. We have the tools and I can pay for everything for you. It's a $30,000 program that I'm willing to pay for you. Not to mention aftercare, which is probably another $15,000. So we are footing the bill for everything. But I can't do that if he's on the outside.
Jones, Caleb,
Okay.
I know that it's not the answer that you want to hear, but it may be a blessing in disguise. Work with me. I want what's best for your son. We're not here just to throw away the key. We don't want to do that. We want to help him. Sometimes it's better in the long term to sit in there, get him in the facility, than to just put him out and throw him out there in the wolves and hopes that he does well. Okay.
I'll talk to him further. Thank you,
All right.
Judge.
Okay. Anna. Okay, so we've got Rico Romero.
Ok, y ahora voy a traducir todo en español, todo en español, ¿ok? Todo en español, ¿ok? Entonces, todo en español.
And then Idelce.
Sí,
Stay. Yes.
yes. Sí, señor.
Order in the court for the pleas.
Both of you gentlemen are charged with driving while intoxicated cases.
Claro, los dos.
Both of you guys have worked out agreements.
Llegaron a un acuerdo con el Estado
Cases will now reflect as convictions on your
y
record.
que pasar en su récord.
Mr. Idelce, you need to understand that this is a
Entender
DWI second offense.
una vez que usted
If you ever get pulled over and you have the faintest smell of alcohol or dope on your breath,
su aliento,
what is going to happen to you?
¿qué va a pasar con usted?
Ya, pues eso me importa, porque no tengo.
I want to be deported because I don't have papers.
That's one of the things, perhaps, yes.
Eso que le puede pasar. Sí.
But first, you're looking at a prison sentence of a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years.
Pasa por un mínimo de 2 años.
This right here is intense. He's literally saying deportation might be better than prison. That tells you everything about the stakes. Legally speaking, the judge is making it crystal clear. The next mistake isn't just a charge. It's a life-altering sentence. So ask yourself, is this fear enough to actually change behavior? Or is it just another warning that gets ignored?
From now on, if you pick up another DWI, you will not be with me. You will end up in felony court,
Estar en felonía ahí arriba.
a
Delito
very
mayor.
lengthy.
Sorry, dígale perdón, ya.
I want to tell you I'm sorry that I am sorry.
Perdón.
Sorries don't matter to me.
Pero,
Okay.
What matters is that it doesn't happen again. And I'm just warning you that if it does,
si vuelve a
you will
hacerlo,
now be in felony court. So if I were you, even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car
cuidar con la,
because you're taking a humongous risk.
con la cosa de
The
arriba.
same applies to you, Mr. Rico Romero. You now have this DWI going on your record as well. If you ever get into a car and smell like alcohol or dope, likewise, you will end up going back to jail. He has 2 FSRAs upstairs. What's going on with that?
He's being offered the minimum on those, Your Honors.
5 years? 2 years? Are they second degrees?
No, the charges like the hybrids, 2 to 5. It wasn't
Oh,
serious.
it's a hybrid one.
That's why I feel comfortable doing this. I mean, it's the minimum.
If you're going to get into a car and maim and destroy other people, please don't. You have a DWI, you've got 2 failure to stop and render aids, where you've created a ton of damage. Don't. How is that fair? All we want are our streets to be safe.
Los calles que están seguras.
Your sentence is 3 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You're giving up, both of you guys are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Now, you, Mr. Rico Romero.
And just like that decision made, no trial, no fight, just acceptance. This is the moment most people don't realize the weight of. Once you waive these rights, there's no going back. The system moves forward, permanently. So here's something to think about. Did they truly understand what they just gave up? Or were they just trying to get this over with as fast as possible?
It looks like after these cases, you still have to deal with the felony cases. And then after that, it looks like you also have an immigration detainer as well.
Ya más poco pero porque va a ir a la corte peor. Y después de eso va a
How do you
enfrentarse a la
plead to
corte
the
de
offense of
inmigración.
driving while intoxicated? Guilty?
¿Cómo se declara borracho? ¿Culpable o no culpable? ¿Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
Find you guilty. I'm going to suspend your driving privilege for 1 year.
Por un año.
Do not drive. And please, don't kill anyone. Mr. Idelce, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 365 days in jail
35 días en la cárcel,
to be probated for 18 months.
18 meses.
As part of the probation, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class.
Van a cursos de
You will do 2 victim impact panels.
unas clases.
No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal. So if you are pulled over in a car, you must, and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must submit to a breath test. If you don't, you are in violation of this probation. You must also do 5 days in jail as a condition of this probation. This is to begin tomorrow.
Yes.
Mañana va a empezar a presentarse usted.
Do you want him to
Sí.
hear or report?
¿Dónde se va a reportar?
Okay. By 6 p.m. You must report by 6 p.m.
6 de la tarde.
to the 701 San Jacinto.
5 de la tarde de San Jacinto.
If you fail to,
Sí, 49 San Jacinto.
Sí, porque tú vas a hacer. Okay.
if you fail, I'm sorry,
I will show it to him where to report.
we give him paperwork too, Mr.
Ahí le
No.
van a dar el
Don't
documento.
have to. But I want you to understand that if you are someone who is repeatedly late, they're not going to take you. And if they don't take you, the full range of punishment is available to you.
Si no lo toman ahí de nuevo o algo, va a tener más problemas.
Sí, no, pero yo voy a estar a las 6 ahí.
I'm gonna be there at 6 p.m.
I would be there before.
Yo diría que estuve
A
Before.
la FAR, sí, ok.
4 o'clock. I'll be there.
Ok, ok.
Okay.
How do you plead to the offense of
Te
driving?
declara la ofensa de manera
Offense,
totalmente
guilty
intoxicado,
or
culpable
not
o no
guilty?
culpable. Guilty.
He also has a felony case, Mr. Newell. Is that
Y
one
tiene
thing?
una colonía,
Dismissed.
Sí, sí.
pero la colonía se lo quitaron.
Let me make one thing clear to you.
Eso es algo claro.
How old are you?
¿Qué edad tiene usted, señor?
45 años.
45.
You're not a spring chicken.
Es un niño porque ya no son niños
You
ustedes.
don't look like you're in the best of shape. If you're doing that kind of dope, it's going to ravage your body and you'll likely end up dead.
Eso es verdad.
So 45-year-olds can't be using the dope that 18-year-olds do.
Usando esa clase de drogas.
Get my drift?
¿Me entiendes?
Sí.
We don't want to see you in a pine box.
Pero usted conserva una cara de...
What about the DPS fines and fees and surcharges, Mr. Newley?
Gracias.
Mr. Idelce, what do you do for a living?
Bravo usted, señor.
Trabajo medio tiempo a veces de construcción.
Construction,
Tengo mi,
half-time.
de construcción y a veces tengo mi esposa que tengo que mantener.
And then I have to take care of my wife.
Ya.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
De construcción, pero no trabajo mucho, medio tiempo.
Just give him a long payment plan.
$300 por semana.
The six.
Solamente lo que le preguntan, nada más conteste.
Just have him do that. All right. We wish you the best of luck, gentlemen. I am suspending your license for a year. Do not drive until you get a license, Mr. Idelce. And good luck to you, gentlemen. Oh, enhancements, I'm sorry. No more. Sorry. Mr. Idelce, is it true that you had a prior DWI in 22 in our court?
El 22 es cierto que usted tuvo otro DWI aquí en esta corte.
Sí.
Yes.
Is it true that you also had a .15 or above in this case?
5 ya tenía como se llama de alcohol.
Imagino que sí.
Yes, hay más.
Is it also true that you had an open container in this case as well?
Se llama un contenedor abierto como el carro cuando lo pararon.
Contenedor como...
Como cerveza o algo
Had
abierto.
Oh, sí.
Yes. Yes.
Tell you now, Mr. Idelce, that you will be required to pay the DPS fines and fees and surcharges that are now $6,000 to pay. I will give you time to pay it, but if you don't pay it, a warrant will issue. And for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail.
Dar tiempo de...
Do you understand?
¿Piensa usted?
Pero no tengo
We will put you on a payment plan for 2 years and you will be required to pay it.
Dice que le van a dar plan de pago.
I will waive the court costs, but with the DPS fines, you're going to have to pay that.
Se llaman los costos de la corte, pero eso es una multa del Estado, de DPS.
nada.
Ahí le van a dar, ¿cómo se llama? Tiempo para pagar.
Okay, guys, good luck.
Todo, suerte.
CC.
Judge, may we get an order to get the device?
Well,
But you'll have to put on another one whenever he's ready.
no. I mean, he needs a device though. He can't go without a device. Does he have a Guardian Interlock now or a portable device?
He has the portable one. He came to,
Let me make sure that he has it
he has it.
and that it's operational, Mr. Newley, and then if so, yeah.
He showed it to me now. Where is the machine?
La máquina que tiene.
And it's operational?
Here.
¿Está trabajando?
Sí, está trabajando. Ya.
Okay.